Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Brad Sugden. Temperatures are slowly starting to warm up. It'll be probably about 4 days before you really notice it, but we're going to be headed there. Now, a little more snow is likely for Thursday into Friday, maybe a little bit tomorrow for some of our areas, so we'll keep a close eye on it, but a big warm up into next week, and that's really going to kick off probably a longer stretch of above average temperatures yet again. But for this morning, we're right about 1, if not 0 in many of our neighborhoods. Go to your local coffee shop, extra large coffee to kick off the day. We're probably going to need it. And again, this time we're actually warming up quite nicely. So as you're headed out the door with that, notice we go from, our single digits now, but eventually up to 15, if not maybe towards 16 degrees later on in the day. Unfortunately, winds are going to be howling again, especially for the northwestern part of the viewing area. And this is where we could see a little lake effect snow too. So that would cause some reduced visibility. Be very careful anyone traveling west of Lansing on I-96. So those sustained wind speeds will start to ease back overnight into Thursday morning. Look at Thursday morning. Some of us all the way down calm. That is going to be quite the difference. But some gusts today could still be near 30 miles per hour. And that's why we're still going to have wind chill issues. Even though the advisory expires, it'll still be quite cold as we go throughout most of the afternoon. So notice wind chills again, minus 20 to minus 25 this morning. They're still going to be sub-zero in the afternoon, just nowhere near the criteria that we need to have that wind chill advisory still in place. Now look what happens into Thursday. We have wind chills that are in the double digits above zero. So that's a big improvement there, and temperatures will be even warmer for us as well. Again, we are tracking a little bit of light snow. We'll watch out for this lake effect band over toward Ionia, Portland, and maybe even St. John's. Could kind of clip the west side of Lansing later on this afternoon toward the evening. Notice though, a little system comes by down to our south. It's not very strong. Powdery snow will accumulate along I-94 down by Hillsdale, Hudson as well, and then we'll start to clear things out by the time we get into Friday. So snowfall potential here, potential for 1, maybe 2 inches off to the north, 1 to 2 inches down to the south. This is from lake effect. This is from that system. So just kind of depends on where you are, but everyone has about a quick shot at a little bit of an inch or two coming our way. Little round of snow swinging on by, but then high pressure starts to settle in as it drifts down to the south. That is going to bring in what we call return flow. Kind of think about it as returning to the warmth. Southwest wind starts to bring everything back in for us and warm us up nicely. So our neighborhoods, as we go throughout the day, notice 16, 17, pretty common number there. And further off to the north, you can see Williamson headed over to about 15 degrees. And hey, Palama, maybe up to 17. Big warm up coming our way. Few light snow showers possible off to the northwest, though. Our 7-day forecast, things looking much better. A cool down comes our way behind that system, bringing us that 1 to 2 inches of snow. So we are back down into the teens for a little bit. Overnight lows down to about 0, if not lower into the single digits. But look at the warm up headed our way into next week, and this looks like it's going to last for quite a while yet again. We'll eventually top the freezing mark. We barely fall below it for overnight lows, and we could be talking rain by the time we get into Tuesday. So a lot of snow melting and more rain coming our way.